Once again, a good evening, everybody. Welcome to Abingdon, Illinois, home of the A-Town Tornadoes. Abingdon-Avon, the consolidation, as we are about ready to get underway in our second match of the evening, as the A-Town Tornadoes going to look the right, the wrong. The JV squad had a tough time with a very tough South Fulton JV squad. And now this evening, we'll see if the Varsity side can do a little bit better here, as A-Town and South Fulton will do battle here in just a matter of moments. My name's Wyatt Reed. Going to be doing the play-by-play duties here this evening, joined by our camera person, Alyssa. A big thank you to her for helping us out here as we are about to get things underway here. Still got a little bit of time, but our JV contest, as I mentioned, South Fulton really kind of flexed their muscles in that contest. A 25-16, 25-11 rolling through two games in that first JV matchup. So we'll hope that the second games here this evening are a little bit closer. And the A-Town side coming in off of a tough loss last night to Alleman, where they lost 25-19, 25-21. Both were really, really close, and even in late into those games. So I remember last night the first game of the varsity contest was 18-18 before Alleman finished on a 7-1 run, and then in the second set it was tied at 11, and then another big run. Not really sure what the run was, but it was another dominant run by Alleman, and they were able to get a big enough lead. A-Town tried to come back, to their credit, but came up a little short, 25-21 in that second game, as we'll get ready for our varsity contest here this evening and see maybe they'll ride the momentum of that comeback effort and try to knock off South Fulton here this evening. Now, there are going to be some name mix-ups here, so I'm going to do the best I can with what I've got. One of the coaches from South Fulton came up and said, yeah, we're in our practice jerseys tonight. We usually don't wear these, but it's so warm in this gymnasium, and it is pretty warm. I will give them that. It is very warm here, so they're in their practice jerseys here this evening in Abingdon, Illinois. So that is why I might have a little bit of trouble with South Fulton. So if you're watching and you're a South Fulton fan, I'm not messing them up on purpose. I'm literally doing the best I can with the rosters that I got. They're getting ready to line up for the national anthem. We'll be back here in just a moment as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
We're proud to keep you connected.
And welcome back to Abingdon, Illinois, as we get ready for A-Town volleyball here this evening, as South Fulton makes their way to Abingdon here. And South Fulton, after the JV win, they will look to continue their dominant run here, and we'll see how it goes this evening as South Fulton getting introduced. Let me see if I can get those numbers there real quick for you. And then we will be good to go, number 18 and number 16. Now, again, I have different names here, so I'm going to do the best I can trying to keep South Fulton in line here this evening. But let's talk about the A-Town Tornadoes, which are about to get underway. Now, they are not in the highlighter uniforms that they were in the JV contest. They are in their green uniforms with the white numbers, so both teams in green uniforms with white numbers. So let's go through the starting lineup here for A-Town, as it is Maddie Stevens. And then also out there is number 4, Sophie Kern, who I'll have a story about her in just a little bit. Number 16, Ellie Pompeo, who I'm not going to call Emily tonight. I called her Emily a bunch last night, and I feel really bad about that. Kendra Hendricks, she is out there, number 11. Number 7, Charlie Cox, out there for A-Town. And also out there, number 15, Sydney Teal. So there's your starting lineup for South Fulton. Let me see if I can go through some of the names, or excuse me, that's for A-Town. South Fulton, let me see if I can go through some of the names. As Marissa Lawson, she's wearing number 3. Not usually wearing number 3. She is one of the ones in the practice uniforms. Also out there in a practice uniform, I believe is, well, it couldn't be. I don't think so. So I'm going to go with number 10, Rebecca Busby. She is out there this evening. Number 15, Briley France, out there. Number 18, Cameron Steele. And then number 16 is Daisy Ratcliffe. She is out there this evening for the South Fulton Lady Rebels. So the handshake's going on here at center court. Let's play some volleyball here. This should be a good one as the Rebels and the Tornadoes get underway here from Abingdon, Illinois. Good to have you with us here. If you're watching on on the YouTube stream, feel free to get into the comments. Let us know where you're watching the game from and who you're rooting for, and maybe some of your reaction to what you're seeing on your screen here this evening. We would love to hear from you in the comments. Open to everybody. Just keep it family friendly. That's all I ask here this evening. Wyatt Reed on the call, Alyssa on the camera here this evening. And who won the toss here? They're making sure that they are going through the starting lineups as the officials from the IHSA going over that. Both the same officials from our first contest. Just the duties are switched. Out to do the serving duties is Maddie Stevens for the Tornadoes. And let's play some volleyball here this evening. Stevens sends that one right down the middle, and we are underway as there's a violation, and that's going to go as a point for the Lady Rebels, and they will have a 1-0 lead here in game number 1. Out there, Marissa Lawson. She will do the serving duties after the first point for South Fulton, and that was just a beautiful little knuckle ball right there. That's just not fair. Marissa Lawson getting the first ace of the evening, and it's 2-0 early on for the Rebels. Lawson sends that one in. A-Town will set up. Sending that one across is Sophie Kern. And there is a violation on South Fulton, so that'll be the first point of the night for the Tornadoes. I told you I had a story for Sophie Kern, who's going back there to serve. She took a shot, and I mean a shot, to the face last night. Hardest hit ball I saw all night last night. Took it right off the noggin, and she got up and she was laughing about it. I don't know how she was laughing about it. I would have been sitting on the bench with a ice pack in tears. But Sophie Kern, she's a different breed, man. She got up laughing and actually played pretty well down the stretch as A-Town tried to come back last night. That one, a spike down, beautiful kill right there for South Fulton. And it's a 3-1 score here in our first game. We'll see who they give that kill to. I was looking around and didn't see the numbers, so we'll see who South Fulton the kill will go to. That'll go to number 18. So I'll get that one down here in just a second. A-Town will send it over, and back and forth we go here. As speaking of number 18, nice dig there by Sophie Kern. That's Cameron Steele, by the way, number 18 for South Fulton with that first kill. As that one, a kill attempt for A-Town by Ellie Pompeo. And boy, this is a great back and forth. Nice little tip at the net. That one going to go out. A nice effort by Kendra Hendricks. Unable to make it in play, however, and that'll be a 4-1 score here in the early going. Our first kill of the evening, as I mentioned, going to number 18, Cameron Steele. Service goes into the net by number 15 for South Fulton. That is Briley France. So there's a service error. 4-2 is our score. Serving that one in is A-Town, and Nice kill attempt, excuse me. And then again, trying to get that one in is Hendricks. Just some bad luck here early for the Tornadoes, as they've been trying to save it from going out of bounds and unsuccessful so far. So a 5-2 start. Lady Rebels with the lead. Out to do the serving duties now is Cameron Steele. Steele sends that one in. Hendricks setting up Sydney Teal, and Sydney Teal gonna get the kill. 5-3 our score. First kill of the day going to A-Town's Sydney Teal, excuse me. Beautiful play right there, and it's 5-3. Hendricks out there to do the serving. That one nearly an ace right there, an excellent serve. And sending it over the net is South Fulton. Getting that one up, just a little too far, but doesn't matter. That's going to go down in play, and that'll be a point for the Tornadoes. It's 5-4. That should be a kill for one of them, but I didn't see who it was. That was a weird play. I was looking for the kill attempt, but it just fell straight to the ground as it went over the net. And that is Sydney Teal, and she's going to get another kill right there. Sydney Teal off to a red-hot start. Couple of kills. We're tied at 5. So a great response here in the early going for the A-Town Tornadoes. Lady Tornadoes. Hendricks serves that one in, and we are underway. As there's a nice kill attempt. Hendricks gets it over. Oh, and that was excellent effort by Sophie Kern. With one hand, she tried to send that one over, but was unsuccessful. It'll be a 6-5. So we don't have a kill off of that other one here, so my statistics are correct here, according to the scoreboard. 6-5 now our score. As that one goes down, Sydney Teal with a kill attempt. Nice dig there by South Fulton. And a cross-court kill attempt. Hendricks setting up her teammate. And back and forth we go. South Fulton setting up number 16. There's one of the number changes, Daisy Ratcliffe. And sending it over is A-Town's number 16. Good defense at the net, and the point goes to A-Town. We're tied at 6. Violation there. Tied at 6. Out to do the serving for A-Town is Charlie Cox. Cox with a beautiful serve right there. South Fulton trying to set it up the offense. Ooh, that one nearly touched down. Hendricks, a little tap over. Hendricks will dig it out once again. And a kill attempt by Sydney Teal goes into the net. And that'll be another point for the Rebels. We've got a 7-6 score. Good back and forth game here in the early going as Daisy Ratcliffe in to do the serving for South Fulton. That one goes wide, and we're tied at 7. Service error there. A-Town got to stay mentally tough. They just couldn't survive those runs last night that Alleman went on. That might be a service ace. That is going to be a service ace indeed. It's Sydney Teal picking it up. And she's all the offense so far here for A-Town. 8-7 our score. She's got 2 kills and now an ace. Sydney Teal ready to go again. As the serve, that one a little long, but South Fulton plays it. Over the net it goes. That one set up by Hendricks. That one, nice spike attempt there by Sophie Kern. One of the smaller girls out there on the floor, but she's got a lot of athleticism. Here she is again. She hammers that one down, and she's going to pick up the kill. It's Sophie Kern, 9-7 Tornadoes. She's not letting the fact that she got hit in the face yesterday bother her. I tell you what, 9-7 our score. And Teal, did she get that one on the line? Oh, man, that one was close. I thought from up here it looked good. But that one just a hair long, and it's now 9-8. Do that again, Sydney Teal. You might get successful on that one there. Hendricks sets it up, sending it over. Trying to send it over, is Pompeo. And that one goes into the net. We're tied at 9. Another warm night here in the gym of A-Town High School. Hendricks setting up her teammate, spike down, and there's a violation once again. The Tornadoes will have a 10-9 lead. Substitution coming in, Maddie Stevens. She is in for her teammate Addison Anderson. There's number 21 out there for A-Town, and I don't have that number. Oh, no, I was wrong. That was number 11. I was right the whole time. 10-9 our score. Here's South Fulton setting it up right into the net. That one goes off of Cameron Steele. Back-to-back points for the Tornadoes. It's 11-9. Once again, if you're watching us on YouTube, feel free to get into the comments. Let us know where you're watching from and some of your reaction to this one. Good game so far here for A-Town. As trying to get that one in right into the net off of Cameron Steele. Another point for A-Town. It's 12-9. Back out to do the serving duties again is Maddie Stevens. Boy, that one had some mustard on it. That's a service ace right there. Another beautiful one by Maddie Stevens. Second ace of the night for A-Town. First one by Maddie Stevens. It's 13-9. Stevens again. Another good one there. A lot of mustard on that one. Setting up Hendricks. Oh, and that one nearly goes over, as that is Sophie Kern. Kern, the kill attempt. That one just a hair long, and it's 13-10. 13-10 our score. Substitution, I believe, coming in. Number 30 for South Fulton. She is out. I don't have a number 30 for South Fulton on this roster, so there's another one of those weird changes. Sophie Kern with the kill attempt. That one through the block. And Sophie Kern going to pick up another one. 14-10 our score. Boy, I tell you, again, she's not letting that fact that she got hit in the face yesterday bother her. Sophie Kern, but she blows that one right into the net. It's 14-11. 2 kills, tied for the team lead. Sophie Kern, also Sydney Teal. She's got 2. Hendricks setting up Charlie Cox. Cox sends that one wide. And it's 14-12. 14-12, serving that one in. Number 15 for South Fulton, I believe. Nice tip over the net. It's Charlie Cox. And Charlie Cox will get the kill on that one, her first of the night. And a timeout is called by South Fulton. They don't like what they see. 15-12 our score. We're back after this as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call as we're here in Abingdon, Illinois, your home of A-Town home games for volleyball and football right here on TSSR Game Time Live. Big thank you to our sponsors, and big thank you to you if you're out there watching here this evening on YouTube. Into the game for A-Town. That'll be number 13, Mia Lujan. 15-12 is our score. The Tornadoes off to a pretty good start here. South Fulton just calling their first time out of this first game. That one had some English to it. Nice serve. That's going to go down as a service ace for Mia Lujan. That one looked like a curveball in the air. My goodness, that one was beautiful. 16-12 our score. And I think there's a violation. Yeah, they're going to say a violation. I don't know. I think they forgot to do a substitution on the South Fulton side, so that'll make it 17-12. Or it should make it 17-12. That's what I saw in the JV game, but they don't put a point on the board. It'll be 16-12 instead. So the Kill attempt there by South Fulton. Hendricks going to set up Charlie Cox. That one over the net. And again, setting up beautifully South Fulton. Nice play by Sophie Kern. Hendricks gets that one to Sydney Teal. Teal sends that one right into the net. And it'll be a 3-point lead once again for the Tornadoes. 16-13. 16-13. Out of the game is Mia Lujan. Didn't see who checked in. I think that is Maddie Stevens checking back in. Service comes in, and we're underway here as Sydney Teal, that one off the defense, and that'll be a point for South Fulton, and they're within 2. Back to within 2. South Fulton trailing by as much as 4 just a moment ago. 16-14. Nice play there by Kern. Hendricks going to set up her teammate Charlie Cox. That might have been a double hit right there. Indeed it is. It's 16-15. So after A-Town got out to a good start, a couple of mistakes here, it's got the Rebels back to within striking distance. Hendricks setting up Sydney Teal. A little tip over the net. Nice play there defensively by the Rebels. Just trying to send it over the net. Nice dig right there by Sophie Kern. Here's Sydney Teal looking for another kill. And Sophie Kern digs that one off of the basketball hoop. And that will go down as another point for the Rebels. And we're tied at 16. And another timeout is called, this time by A-Town. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Abingdon, Illinois, home of the A-Town Tornadoes, who are locked in an excellent battle so far with South Fulton. Here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call, as in to do the serving duties here is Cameron Steele. Hendricks sets up Charlie Cox. Cox tips that one a little too far. That one goes out of bounds. For the first time in quite some time, the Rebels now have the lead. It's 17-16. Steele sends it over the net again. Hendricks, one hand over the net. Charlie Cox to Hendricks. Now to Steele. Steele, that one I think was tipped out. Oh, they say no. I thought that one went off a defender's hand, but that is not the case. It is 18-16. Looked like it from here, but up in the crow's nest, sometimes your view can get a little distorted. Charlie Cox, that one right off the face of a Rebel. And they send it right back over. My goodness, that was just self-defense right there. And Steele going to try it again. And a violation. Back to the Tornadoes. It's 18-17. They're going to give a kill to number 15, Sydney Teal. So that's her third kill of the day to go along with an ace. Sophie Kern also with 2 kills. South Fulton gets that one over the net. And A-Town will set up Charlie Cox. That one a little too far. That one out of play. It's 19-17. Leading the way for South Fulton, not much. It's been a quiet night here, kind of taking advantage of some A-Town mistakes. Cameron Steele with 1 kill. Oh, and a double hit right there. Sophie Kern got tied up on that one. It's 2017. Double hit on that one. I don't think it'll go down as a kill, but another timeout is called, so we'll take another timeout with them as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call from Abingdon, Illinois, home of the A-Town Tornadoes. And their lead is wiped away, and it is now a 3-point lead for the South Fulton Lady Rebels. Once again, a timeout called by A-Town. That one nearly goes out of play. That's going to be an ace for South Fulton. Give that one, I believe, to Daisy Ratcliffe. That'll be her first ace here in this contest. First ace of the day for South Fulton. As that one goes over the net on the return. Nice little tip down for South Fulton. That'll be Lexi Height. Lexi Height tipping that one down, and a kill for her. And that one's going to go out on the service error. So as I get my score sheet all lined up here, better get the scoreboard correct here. It is 22-18. Charlie Cox with the serve. That one over the net. Little discombobulation there. Sophie Kern, that one goes right into the net. And South Fulton 2 points away from getting the first game. Substitution on the floor. Number 16, which I don't have a number 16. That might be Daisy Ratcliffe, and I've just been saying the wrong name. If that's the case, I don't have a number 10. I do have a number 10. It's Rebecca Busby. So that is Daisy Ratcliffe who just checked in. My apologies. Told you it was going to be a mess here tonight. Sophie Kern goes for the kill, and she gets it off the defense, picking up her third kill of the night. And that will bring the Rebels to that'll bring the Tornadoes to within 4, 23-19. Sydney Teal, the serve. That one high off into the rafters, a double hit up by Sophie Kern. And that puts the Rebels within 1 point of claiming this first game. 24-19 our score. In to serve is number 2, which don't have a number 2 there. That's on the coach right there. Pompeo sends that one wide. Another mistake by the Tornadoes is going to end our first game. 25-19, the game goes to the Rebels. A-Town will try to come back and send this one to a decisive game as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
I'm a pretty calm, cool, and collective guy, but...
Sorry, what's your name? Each other. That's bad. 2 white boxes. Evan?
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Abingdon, Illinois, here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call as we get ready for game number 2 between the South Fulton Lady Rebels and the A-Town Tornadoes. As the first set, as you can see, going to the Lady Rebels, 25-19, the score of that first game. So now game 2 in to do the serving duties for South Fulton. That is Marissa Lawson, and we are back underway. And we'll see what A-Town can do. A-Town had a chance, but let some things slip away. And we'll see if they can make some adjustments there. Great kill attempt right there. That is going to go down as a kill. It's Rebecca Busby with her first kill of the day, and it's a 1-0 start for the Rebels. So Rebecca Busby is number 10. She has an ace here today, and now add that one right there with her. That one goes into the net off the hand of Marissa Lawson. Once again, if you're just joining us, South Fulton, if you're a fan of South Fulton, they are in their practice uniforms. So if you're used to seeing certain players in certain numbers, that's not the case here tonight. That's an excellent serve right there. That one goes out of play. Maddie Stevens. Don't know if she'll pick up the ace on that one, but an excellent serve there. And it's 2-1 Tornadoes. She does not pick up the service ace. That one's going to be a service ace, however. Give that one to Maddie Stevens. It's a 3-1 start for the Tornadoes. Maddie Stevens' number is not on the board, so that's why I haven't been able to see if some of these are going down as aces. There's another ace. That one goes right to the backstop. 4-1, Maddie Stevens showing off her power. 4 straight points for the A-Town Tornadoes. Looking for 5 in a row. There's 5 in a row right there. Another ace for Maddie Stevens. That is the 4th ace for Maddie Stevens in this game. My goodness, this is a serving exhibition right here. Let's see if Maddie can do it again. 5-1 our score. That one, oh, it won't go down as an ace, but it's just as good. 6-1 is the score. Reason that one's not going to get called an ace, I believe, is because it was hit twice. I think as long as it's only hit once, it can technically be considered an ace. 6-1 now our score. Either way, it's 5 straight service points for Maddie Stevens. And now South Fulton, that one right into the net, off the hand of Cameron Steele. 7-1, A-Town with the early lead here in Game 2. Once again, Maddie Stevens back to do the serving. As setting that one up. Ooh, a little miscommunication potentially there for South Fulton. Cross-court pass. And now Kern into the net. That one set back up, but a miscommunication between Sydney Teal and Kendra Hendricks. That one falls to the floor. It'll be 7-2. And the dominant run from Maddie Stevens on serve comes to an end. That was a lot of fun to watch, though. Hendricks going to set up Kern. Kern sends it across. And now South Fulton trying to send it across here. That one off Charlie Cox. And that one just hit a little too far towards the net. Back-to-back points here for the Rebels. It's 7-3. A 7-1 start for the Tornadoes. Don't want to get South Fulton on a run, though. They can run with it as Kern sends that one across. Excellent play there, though, by South Fulton to keep that one alive. Hendricks back to Sophie Kern. Kern sends that one off the face of the Rebels defender. And that's going to go down as a kill. Sophie Kern going to pick up her 3rd kill of this game. Right off the schnoz right there, 8-3. And that one goes right into the net. Sophie Kern. I don't know if that was payback, though, for the shot to the face Sophie took last night. A little retribution right there. Smacking one of her opponents in the face with the ball after Sophie really took one yesterday. Speaking of Sophie, nice little save there off the serve. Couldn't make that play, though, however. As that one hits the ground, it's 8-5. No kill there for South Fulton, but South Fulton back to within 3. There's an ace right there. Beautiful serve by Cameron Steele. That is her. Oh, see what I'm doing? I'm doing it on the wrong side. I'm doing it on the wrong side here. I'll explain here in just a second. Nice play by Charlie Cox. She'll pick up the kill for A-Town. So what I was doing, there's two number 18s, obviously, 18 on each side. South Fulton has one and A-Town has one. Maddie Stevens went on that ace run, and I put all the aces on the wrong team scorecard. Oh, anyway, 9-6 our score. As that is a serve that's going to go out of play. That should be another ace right there. 10-6 now the score. Excellent serve right there by Mia Lujan. Sure enough, should give her an ace right there. That one off the net. Another point goes to A-Town, and they're back up by 5. That is not a point there for Mia Lujan. Not an ace, excuse me. So, we'll see what South Fulton can do on this one. That one right into the net. That's a beautiful play right there for number 2, and number 2 is the only number I don't have on the South Fulton roster. Do not have a number 2, but the point goes down nonetheless, and it's 11-7. Hendricks setting up Charlie Cox. That one goes across. Nice play there defensively from South Fulton. Trying to get it over the net. Charlie Cox with the dig. Sophie Kern. And a miscommunication. Sydney Teal tried to save it. I think that's got to be Kendra Hendricks' ball right there. It's 11-8. As that one goes right into the net. That is number 10, Rebecca Busby. And it'll be 12-8. So in to do the serving here is Kendra Hendricks. 12-8 again our score. South Fulton, a little tip over the net. Nice play there, but that's going to go out of play. And that is going to be another point. Whoops, not for A-Town. That'll go to South Fulton, excuse me. And again, back to a 3-point game. In for South Fulton is Daisy Ratcliffe, number 16. Taking the spot of number 4, Mallory Sutton. And in to do the serving is number 16, Ratcliffe. Hendricks sets up Teal. Teal, tip right over the net. Doesn't get the kill, though. Good play there by South Fulton. Nice defensive play there. Has to go over, and that one does not go over. And it's back to a 2-point game, 12-10. Good effort there by A-Town, unable to make it happen, however. 12-10 again our score. Serve comes in. Hendricks, little one tap over the net. That one off the net, and that is going to be a point there for the Tornadoes. 13-10. Give the kill to number 11, Kendra Hendricks, her first kill of the night. Let me see if I can get this correct here. I do have one extra kill I need to get to South Fulton, and then I am all squared away, looks like. That one goes too far for the Tornadoes in service. 13-11 now is this score. In to serve is nameless number 2. Hendricks sets up Sydney Teal. Teal cross court. That one a little too far. And we're back to a 1-point game. A-Town lost the first game, so needing to win this one to send it to a decisive game number 3. Right now, South Fulton's as close as they've ever been here so far, as Charlie Cox somehow gets that over the net. What a beautiful play by Charlie Cox. South Fulton sends it right back over. Hendricks sets up Kern. Kern, kill attempt. That one doesn't go. Charlie Cox, here's Hendricks setting up Teal. Teal tips it right over. Sydney Teal gets the lead back to 2. 5th kill of the game for Sydney Teal. And the crowd here at A-Town, you can hear them on the mic here. They're a little louder here in this contest. 14-12. Sydney Teal in to do the serving. And that one goes over. Hendricks setting it up. Got to get it over. And Sydney Teal, that's one too many hits right there. Couldn't get it over. Back to a 1-point game. 4 kills. I have her at 5 for Sydney Teal. Leading the way for A-Town. Serve that one, Sydney Teal. Nice play there. And it's Charlie Cox. Somebody has to send it over. Kern does send it over. That's a little tip. Nice play by Kern at the net. Here's Charlie Cox. And that one goes over by Addison Anderson. Here's South Fulton. Little tap. That one too far. That one off the hand of Busby. 15-13. Maddie Stevens out to do the serving. Oh, this should be fun. 4 aces here in the game for Maddie Stevens. Stevens, that one just blisters, goes into the rafters, but it's not going to go as an ace. Charlie Cox, Hendricks, Kern. Kern, the kill attempt. Oh, that one off the hands of Busby and into the net. And it's 16-13. See if they give that one to Kern. I don't think they do. Here's Maddie Stevens again. Oh my, man, she is just, it's a serving clinic from her. South Fulton has just been lost trying to return that much power. Kern, the kill attempt. Busby sends it over. Hendricks setting that one over. As that one gonna go down for a kill, it's Allie Peed. First time saying her name tonight. It's 17-13. Peed gonna pick up her first kill. And now Maddie Stevens, another serve opportunity. That one right back over the net. Hendricks setting up Kern. Oh, that one goes right into the net. And that will stop the bleeding a little bit here for South Fulton at 17-14. What a great match this has been. 25-19 in the first game. Out to do the serving is number 15, Briley France. Oh, and that one just a little too hard. A little discombobulated on that one. Kendra Hendricks can't save it. It's 17-15. Again, if you're joining us on YouTube, feel free to get into the comments. We love hearing from you folks. Tell us where you're watching from and your reaction to this great matchup. That one, trouble getting it over the net. Who's going to get the point? Looks like South Fulton's going to get the point on that one. Might have went a little too far hitting the net on that one for A-Town. It's 17-16. That one just grazes over the net, and that's going to go out of play. We're tied at 17. And a timeout is called by A-Town. They don't like what they're seeing. We'll take a timeout with them. We're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their health care.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call here from Abingdon, Illinois, home of the A-Town Tornadoes, who are trying to stay alive here. They've gotten out to a really good start. They were up 7-1 earlier in this second game. However, South Fulton has scratched and clawed their way back, and we're tied at 17. As Charlie Cox to Hendricks, Oh, and Sophie Kern wasn't sure where that ball was going. And for the first time, I believe, in this second game, South Fulton has the lead. It's 18-17. Got to get a stop here if you're A-Town. Kern sets up Hendricks. Back to Kern. Kern, cross court. Nice dig right there for South Fulton. Hendricks tries to save it. It goes out of play, and it's 19-17. South Fulton, not a ton of kills, really taking advantage of A-Town's mistakes. The statistic leaders are all on A-Town. That one goes right down. It's 20-17. That'll be a kill for number 10. That is Rebecca Busby picking up her second kill of the game. Haytown looking for a response. Sophie Kern gets it over. Little miscommunication there. She is able to get it over, however. Cross court, nice dig by Charlie Cox. That one tried to get it over, but can't do it. It's Sydney Teal, one of the rare mistakes we've seen from her tonight. And that'll make it 21-17. I have Sydney Teal with 5 kills. She's got 4 according to the official scoreboard. And a little tip down at the net. That's Busby again. And this run continues. It's 22-17. And now South Fulton just 3 points away from winning it here in 2 games. Setting that one up. Hendricks, little one tap over, and the point violation goes against the Tornadoes, and that'll go right back to the Rebels, 23-17. Another timeout on the floor. A-Town wants to talk it over. 2 points away from falling once again. We'll see if they can make adjustments. We're back after this as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology.
Wrong button there. Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call here. As South Fulton 2 points away from clinching a 2-0 win. That is Sophie Kern who sends that one across. She's going to get another kill. It's her 4th kill of the night. And A-Town trying to do the best they can to stay alive. It's 23-18. Back to the Tornadoes. Sophie Kern, who just got that kill. She did make a service error earlier in the game, but she gets that one down. Nice play by Busby, sending that one down. Busby going to pick up another kill, her 4th of the night. And South Fulton 1 point away from clinching this win. As that one goes to Kern, setting up Charlie Cox. Cox, little tip over. Busby, a nice play right there. Busby, the kill attempt. That one goes down. And South Fulton will take the win. 25-18, the final score here in game number 2. 25-19, 25-18, the 2 final scores here tonight. As we'll recap it and send you home next as you are watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
We're proud to keep you connected.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know.
Hanging around even into the late portions, especially in that second set. They led, they were up, and it eventually got tied at 17 before South Fulton went on a furious run to end that second set. An 8-1 finish there in set number 2. As South Fulton again claiming the 2-0 victory here tonight in Abingdon, Illinois. And let's take a look at some of the scoring leaders here for South Fulton, as the leading kill getter for the Victors. That goes to number 10. That is Rebecca Busby, picking up 4 kills here this evening. She also picked up an ace on the evening. Cameron Steele then had 2 kills and an ace. And then it was 1 kill each for number 3, Marissa Lawson, number 30. And I think that was Lexi Height. And then we have nameless number 2, who on the roster didn't have a number here. Let me see if there's one on the JV team, number 2. Okay, that could be Olivia Dawson. So we can't say nameless number 2. I'm going to run with Olivia Dawson on that one. The A-Town side, the varsity squad, led in kills by, that would be number 4, Sophie Kern. She was excellent here tonight. Also excellent, that would be Miss Maddie Stevens. She had 4 aces here tonight, and that really got Abingdon off to a very furious start in the second set. They were up 7-1 at one point. Looked like they were going to run away with it. However, that was not the case. South Fulton was able to weather the storm from Maddie Stevens in serve, but she finishes with 4 aces. I have Sydney Teal with 5. I think the scoreboard only had her with 4 kills tonight, but 5 kills I have for Sydney Teal with 1 ace. Number 13, Mia Lujan, finishing with an ace. As I mentioned, Sophie Kern finishing with 4 kills. 2 kills then going in for Charlie Cox. 1 kill each for Kendra Hendricks. And number 2, Allie Peed. So with that all being said, there is your score sheet for A-Town and also for South Fulton here this evening. What a great matchup that was, though. I mean, the scores aren't as close as they were last night. Last night, 25-19, 25-21. This one finishing 25-19, 25-18. But still, it was excellent volleyball. 2 really talented teams. And I think both these teams are going to be a problem for many years to come here, or at least for many games to come, I should say. But there is a lot of talent up and down this lineups, both lineups, I should say. And looking forward, of course, to covering the A-Town Tornadoes as we go throughout the rest of this season. The home games, anyway. We are the home of the home games for A-Town Tornado Sports here in volleyball and football in particular, as we'll have our first football broadcast coming up this weekend here this Friday night, as these 2 schools will match up once again. So South Fulton will have to make another trip, but this time it'll be the male athletes, and we will see the South Fulton Rebels coming up and taking on the A-Town Tornadoes in our first football broadcast from Abingdon, Illinois. Very excited to bring that one to you here Friday night. We'll have the pregame show around 6:55 right here on this very YouTube channel. I don't believe we're going to hear from the coach here this evening, but back-to-back losses here for the A-Town Tornadoes here in back-to-back days. But, I mean, this team is very, very talented, and even though they haven't gotten the results that they've been looking for, it's early in the season, and I think they'll make some turnaround here. And, with it being as warm as it is here in the gym, when mistakes start to happen, they tend to snowball when you're dealing with a lot of different things, the heat especially here in the gym. So we'll see if they can adjust. We'll see if the weather will cool down here in the gym, and maybe the A-Town Tornadoes will get some wins on their score sheet here as the season moves along. But it was an absolute blast covering this one here tonight. Once again, the final score, 2-0. South Fulton gets the win over A-Town, 25-19, 25-18. For our wonderful camera girl, Alyssa, my name's Wyatt Reed. Thank you so much for joining us here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.